Ladies and gentlemen, I'm yours truly, the legend himself, Labzy, a.k.a. the best motherfucker you ever met in the history of your life, and I can prove it to you even though I shouldn't. The most loyal, the most honest, and the most respected. And this is the first episode in the new studio. And I want to first off acknowledge our sponsors. So Donkey Man Records. If you are an artist or if you want to do your own podcast or a show, please go contact Donkey Man through his Instagram and negotiate with pricing and so on and so forth. Also, I want to acknowledge Xenon Esports all the way in Kuwait. Fun fact, I'm actually the head of human resources for Xenon Esports, where Middle Eastern gamers come together, compete in competitions, and obviously win some money. So that's fantastic. And yeah, so now that we got that out of the way, I'm doing something a little bit different today because there are some people that know me, but then there are people that have known me for way too long. Way too long. And I brought one of my brothers. I don't call him a friend. I don't call him a mate. I call him my brother because I've known him for too long. We've been on adventures together. And yeah, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Bacash.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
How are you feeling? This is your first podcast, isn't it?
This is my first podcast, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. No, it's good, man. Man, how long have we been friends now?
I was just thinking that when you said like a brother. I'm going to say 17 years.
Yeah, about that. We met at church. St. Joseph's Melkite Catholic Church. 13? You sure?
13, 100%.
You sure about that?
100%.
Okay. Oh, well, there you go. And I remember you had that Justin Bieber emo haircut that you had.
I've got the photos. I can show you after.
Man. Like, to be fair,
it was in then, man.
It was the era.
It was in then.
It was the era of the
was
time.
In then.
It was just the emo era and stuff, and you know, it was in fashion, I guess, at the time. And yeah, but we ended up getting along very well. I think what broke the ice, I think, when I was doing my Family Guy voices and stuff like that, you know, which I still do. I don't do them.
You have to show that after.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I don't do them as much anymore because I think when I used to make friends, when I was trying to make friends, I would always rely on doing voices to make people like me, right? And because that became such a big thing, it has now painted a picture of what they thought I was, which I was more than that. But I was only trying to do that just to, you know, make friends, basically.
I don't say that, though. I think you did that just in the moment. We're all having fun. It was a skill that no one else can do.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's what I think.
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, we grew up with cartoons like Simpsons, and if you're familiar with the Cartoon Network and stuff like that.
I loved Cartoon Network. That was our
generation with Toonami,
Johnny Bravo.
Oh, bro, Cow and Chicken, I Am Weasel.
I loved Cow and Chicken.
Oh man,
and the other one. What's the other one? The dog, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yeah, there was also Cat Dog as well.
Dog, yep.
Man, that was
used to love Powerpuff Girls as well.
Man, Powerpuff Girls was the most underrated cartoon ever. I don't care what anybody says. It was one of the greatest cartoons ever in that era, and they'll never have
But you were
any type of cartoons like that ever again.
You were really into that much?
What, Powerpuff Girls? You know what it is?
That's making me laugh.
But you know what it is? Like, you know what?
Wait, did you actually just say that was the all-time best?
Underrated.
Okay.
Underrated, yeah.
So I was getting a bit worried then.
No.
Cow and Chicken were better.
Yeah,
Mama had a chicken.
Cow and Chicken had a cow. Dad was proud. He didn't care how. No, but the red guy in Cow and Chicken was the guy that killed me.
He was mad.
He was very flamboyant. But at the time when you're kids, you don't know what that is. No. So you just think
I remember he always had like a red baboon ass.
Yeah. And he used to always use his ass cheeks to get to point A to point B.
Sure did.
It was crazy. But yeah, Michael, because I am trying something a little bit different with my show as well, because mental health is a very big thing for me, right? And I really want to, especially men's mental health as well. And the reason why I wanted to bring you on here as well was because that, unfortunately, you're going through something hard at the moment, and you wanted to let your story out, and it is, I've witnessed it all. I was there from the very
From the
beginning.
very beginning.
When you told me that you were going to go out with this person, and then I had a bit of doubts, but my job as a friend is to support you, regardless on how much I disagree, on how much I care about you. But if you really like something or like someone and you want to pursue that, that's you. You know what I'm saying? And I was there for when you guys were going out, getting engaged, getting married. I remember I even photobombed one of the wedding photos as well.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. And
Do you still have it?
Still have it.
Mad.
I kept it.
Excellent. Just make sure that the photobomb one, that's very
there.
important, please.
It's
Thank
there,
God. Okay,
100%.
good. Okay. And I was there when the kids were born as well. And and basically till the end. And now I wanted to ask you the very first question, Michael, is how is your mental health nowadays?
Now, getting better.
Mm-hmm.
In the peak of things, it was very evident why men's mental health really matters. I think one thing about us as men in this day and age is that, and I think it's been like this for a while, we're always taught just to brush it off, keep going, don't let things affect us. And, although I agree as a man, I think we are, there are things that we should really kind of keep up and be strong and be brave for our kids or whatever it might be, right? We're part of a pillar. However, I think it becomes very difficult when, as a man, you have so much on your mind and you almost stop yourself from talking. And that's what I've learned. I've learned now that to heal, you have to release. And that's probably been the best thing for me as opposed to just bottling it in. Because I think, you've been there the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I really only opened up to you,
Yes.
if I'm being fair.
Yep.
And even that was hard in itself because it meant that I continuously bottled things up until I would see you and then things would come out. And there's a lot of things I didn't tell you till to date, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would release slowly, and then I'd kind of get a bit of I'd feel great for about half an hour. Would drive down to Williamstown Beach and just sit down talking.
Yeah.
And then by the time I got back home, it kind of resets. And it goes back and it starts bottling up again. So what I've learned now is the best thing I have started doing to start my healing process is just to talk very freely.
Yeah.
And, there's a difference between talking and being disrespectful. And I think that's the fine balance. I think when you are venting about something, it's really, really important to not be disrespectful in it, but to also speak your facts and speak your truth.
Right.
And that's been a big game changer.
Yeah. Because you were talking about there's a difference between venting and also being disrespectful. Where do you draw the line with that?
Well, for me, what it is obviously when you go through hardship in life, obviously it entails a lot of emotion. And I think what's really, really important is when you're releasing some of what you're feeling, you have to almost take a stance with who you are as a person and be sure not to overstep that boundary because there's a lot of things, Martin, I could say, right? You know what, I know what. There's a lot of things I could say. And at the end of the day, I choose respectfully to hold myself accountable for my words. So although I'm in a lot of pain, I was in a lot of pain, and although I was very stuck in a dark place, I never once sat there or continuously sit there and rubbish someone. And I think that's what's really important. Because at the end of the day, how do I want to be seen in 10 years from now with how I dealt with this?
Yeah.
And how I want to be seen is that I dealt with it in the right way and I didn't go slandering someone's name. Even though I've got every right to, I chose not to.
Yeah. And I think that's where faith comes in. Because you and I are Catholics, and we do our very best to basically say what would Jesus do in this situation, right? And you're absolutely right. We should never slander anyone for when they hurt us, right? But we just have to recognize that this is a lesson of what we go through.
Yeah, and I think talking about faith, I think my game changer of where I started seeing things very differently was the moment I stopped questioning God, why me? and started thanking God for getting me out of something that was very toxic and at the right time of my life. Because the last thing I wanted to do was get out of something when I was 65 as opposed to 35. So God really gave me an opportunity to start my life fresh. And I think once I started seeing that from a different perspective, everything changed for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, and I've said this, and we've had conversations, you and I, and I've said multiple times that this is the type of stuff that I get scared of because I've been single for a long time. I've been single for over a decade, right? And I feel that I always get scared for situations like this. And as much as I know that there was a period where I needed to grow as a person, I needed to basically build myself as a man, really put myself in a better position than I was before, going from being broke to obviously having like money in my savings and so on, and trying to budget and so on. And then I just didn't want to be that person that just gets into a relationship just because culture plays a massive role in the pressure on getting into a relationship, especially the women, right? Because of the time clock. And obviously as us men, we'll never understand that. So, but that's why I would get scared when I hear so many stories and so many people that I love and I care about that have been in relationships for more, we'll say 5, 10, 15 years. In your case was 14.
I was, with her
14 years, yeah. And I would see that and I would get scared because I don't want that. Because I wouldn't even know how to deal with that mentally. You know what I mean? Because it's something that I've always wanted more than anything. Yeah. To be honest with you.
I think one thing I'm going to say about that though is it's really important that, at the end of the day, I'm one story, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of other people who married young.
Yes.
And have succeeded in marriage and have continued it on. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's twofold, right? It's two different angles. I think all it comes down to is you shouldn't be scared about a story like mine because mine is just a story.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not even scared about my past anymore. Do you know what I mean? My past, the nightmares and the dark thoughts, like that stuff, it's all gone, right? And that just shows you like sometimes it doesn't work out. But it shouldn't stop anyone from jumping to something because at the end of the day, that's life, right?
If you actually feel a proper connection with that person and you have that sit down and really discuss values and where the relationship is actually going, and if both parties are on the same page, then hell yeah, why not?
But the reality is of that as well, Martin, is that you might start off like that and then somewhere along the line values change. Right?
Because people change along,
So this is the hard thing about this, and this is why I say to you, you can't look at my story and just be scared of meeting someone. You have to just focus on what God's got planned for you, and that's it. Because maybe there's a reason why you haven't met someone yet.
Yeah. I agree. I
think that's what we always speak about.
Of course. And I never want it to be one of those people that just settles with absolutely anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because that's also another recipe for disaster. Yeah. Because, man. But not that I'm saying I'm losing hope, but if I've now decided that if that opportunity comes, I'll welcome it.
Yeah, absolutely.
While I'm focusing on all of this, right? Working, saving money, getting used to living on my own as a little bachelor, and once that opportunity comes, I'll welcome it. I have no issue.
Yeah, and I think something to consider as well is after leaving this very toxic relationship, initially my fear was, am I going to meet anyone else?
Yeah.
Right? Because I think naturally as humans, or as I guess people, we want to feel connected with someone on an intimate level. And it's funny because once I kind of let go of that need, I've also started healing a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important when you're out of something to really enjoy the moment that you're out of it.
Yes.
Right? So enjoy every minute you're not in something because things do change. Life gets harder, life gets tougher. You eventually have children if that's what you want. You eventually become more financially stricken by the world and everything
of course.
else, right?
Yeah.
So right now,
you're
living a life that a lot of people would want.
Yeah, of course.
it took me a while to understand now being single is a good thing, especially after 14 years of something that was quite full on. And now I'm actually enjoying every single day and every single moment.
Yeah.
So I think that's the other thing to factor in, right? It's you always want what you don't have.
That's the killer. And that's, I think, one of the biggest curses that us human beings have is that we want what we can't have.
Yeah.
Right? This is not just the women, this is also men as well, believe it or not. And I've always envied people that are in the relationship because, you know, that's what I've always wanted. That's what I want to go home to someone. I want to, you know, I want kids to run at me as soon as I walk in the door. You know what I mean? Because when my niece and nephew were very, very young, and I used to obviously visit my mother because my sister and brother-in-law were there, they would come at me because they knew that their favorite Uncle Martin's coming. You know what I mean? And
let me tell you, it's different when sharing kids.
yeah, well,
you open the door and then you want to shut it again and run back to work. But it's beautiful. It's best thing.
No, of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, because I'm also the godparent of my niece and nephew as well. Yeah. So, you know, it's kind of... Yeah,
and that's it. I think that's as well. When you have kids, you start becoming, well, most people start becoming more selfless. And it's not about you anymore. Everything you do is about them. And that I remember someone I used to work with back maybe 10 years ago when we first had our son, turned around to me and goes, welcome to the group. You're now going to become the most selfless person in the world, and you're going to hate that, but you're going to love it. And you won't understand it until it hits you one day. Yeah. And that's what you realize. Everything is no longer for you. I never went to gym, never watched what I ate. Everything was about the kids. I'd come home, want to play with them, spend every minute with them.
You still look good, though.
Well, now, geez, I'm not stressed anymore. That's probably the difference. I think I've de-aged about 10 years.
Yeah. But now you getting out of this situation, did you ever, because you were talking about, you know, if I'm ever going to meet someone again, did it kind of, but so are you dating now, or are you just you're continuing to heal at this point? Continuing to heal. Okay. Because there are some people that when as soon as they get out of a relationship, they go jump into another one.
Those people, and if you're one of them, you'll know this deep down. Those people are avoiding their own feelings and are avoiding their own learnings and are scared of being single. Yeah. And when you're like that, you never heal. You'll see that that's a pattern, as I know. Someone will generally jump from one person to another. Because they can't physically handle sitting by themselves and actually going through their own thought process and their own within themselves, their own reality. Yeah. So for me, that's why I've made a decision to give my time to really heal, because at the end of the day, I don't want to go into the next relationship and destroy the person I'm with because of my now insecurities from the toxic stuff I kind of went through. Yeah, I don't think it's fair to anyone else. Yeah. So for me now, I'm making new friends. I'm speaking to females. I'm doing all this stuff. But I'm also very cautious of the fact that I don't want to put my trauma onto someone else, because it's not fair.
Well, that's right. Yeah, it's not fair as well. And also you got to think about the kids as well.
Oh, that's number one, to be honest. I need to now, my blessings in life and my calling in life is being a father. Yes. That's first and foremost, right? So for me, all of this, from everything, right? My main priority is being the best dad I can ever be. And now I'm actually a lot happier as a person out of something. And my focus now is 100% that. And that's it. Like, that's number one. Yeah. Everything else after that is secondary. I've ticked all my boxes, man. Right? I've bought my houses in the past. I've bought my cars. I've had great jobs. I've done all that stuff. So for me, it's purely just now focusing on the kids.
Well, that's right. Because this is where I also, because obviously my parents are divorced, as you know, right? My parents got divorced in 2012. And it has affected me a lot. It has affected my mental health sometimes as well, because you know, my parents aren't together anymore, you know, because I remember when I used to be in high school, and I would also talk to some of my mates, and then they would say, oh, I got to go to my mum's house, or I got to go to my dad's house. And it's like, what? Like, I got the biggest confusion out of that, because, well, isn't your parents together? Like, what is this? Like, it creates a big confusion. And now, coming from someone who's got divorced parents, I've learned with my parents is that they were not just they just weren't meant for each other.
Yeah.
They're not. The biggest blessing is obviously
Yeah.
me and my sister from my mother's, according to my mother. But other than that, I mean, I've just felt that my parents were just not compatible.
Yeah, and I'm gonna jump on the other side of that now, right?
Mm.
I think what people seem to forget, and I'm not talking about situations where there's abuse and there's a lot of reasons why people 100% get divorced, and it's completely valid and it makes sense. What I don't excuse is people who, years down the track, kids down the track, they decide, oh, this isn't the life I want anymore, and then they go and kind of start doing their own thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, what you just said is a perfect example, and this is why I held on so long, because that was my biggest fear, right? Obviously, I loved my wife.
Yeah.
Loved her, and you knew how much I loved her, right? You knew.
You went above and beyond.
Right? So take away the love, there was always a big fear of what the damage does to my children. And people who have got children and go through divorce, I don't care what anyone says, if you're dedicated to your family and your children, generally that's the super glue that's trying to kind of keep you going. It makes it very hard if someone's not sticking. If someone doesn't want to stick with you, that's where difficulties come in.
Yeah.
Now, my problem was I kept giving out my arm and giving out my arm and giving out my arm and grabbing and holding tight, and they were purposely slipping and letting go, right?
Yeah.
So that's the other thing. I think please don't do things that are going to destroy your family for short-term fun or for stupid reasons, because you have, especially when you've got children who have little brains and, exactly like what Martin said his struggles were, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah,
and it's not fair. It's not fair for them.
And I think the children suffer more because I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong when I say this, right? What you guys let me know in the comments as well. What do you think when it comes to kids being in a abusive household? What the parents don't realize is that the kids are going to take on. They're going to take it on. It's the traits. Yeah. Because they just, in their minds, it's like, oh, this is how mum and dad talk to each other. I'm going to do the same because I want to communicate with them.
Well, that's the only communication style they know.
That's right. That's right. And
it's not that they want to, that's what they learn.
Yeah, exactly. So, because they're still young, aren't they? So would you say that you're kind of teaching them how to get out of that mindset slowly, and is it a challenge?
I sit down at least twice a week with my daughter and talk to her about how beautiful she is and how I want her to go to university and become a vet because she loves animals, or what I'm trying to do is teach her, screw all the appearance stuff, don't worry about that stuff.
Yeah,
someone's going to love you for you, no matter what you look like. What's the most important thing is that you're confident in your skin and you're confident in yourself and you love yourself, and that's what I'm really trying to teach her. Because my biggest fear is I don't want her needing validation from anyone else.
Yeah.
And I don't want her to be damaged from what we're going through and thinking that also divorce is normal. And I'm also telling both my kids nearly every single night before we pray that when you meet someone and you love them, there's no such thing as divorce unless there's something, I explain to them in a kid way, there's something really bad that happens or blah, blah, blah. But when you love someone, you have to love them forever.
Yeah.
And that's really hard because for me, that's not what happened to me. Do you know what I mean? So I would never have chosen divorce had it not been one of the two biblical reasons we can get divorced for.
Yes.
But I don't want my kids to also see us divorced and then think that, oh, well, you guys got divorced, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
From my end anyway. Do you know what I mean? So that's why it's really important for me to teach them the importance of when you get married for life.
And I think it's one of those things where you're teaching the kids that, because every parent's goal is their children to be better than them, right? And I think in this aspect as well, that you would want your kids to be married and grow old with their partner forever. God willing, yes, of course. And you would want them to take what has happened to you and the former partner to be like, listen, this is what's happened between us, but it didn't work out. We still love you above and beyond, like, oh man, moon and back and so on. But we would want you to be with someone to make you happy and stick by you through the hard
No
times.
matter what, right? or
No
die.
matter what.
No matter what.
Because a lot of people, and this is what I've noticed in relationships as well, is that people only rely on the good times
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
much, right? And it's relationships is not about you having fun with that person, is if you can suffer with that person.
Correct. You see someone's true colors when things get really tough in life.
Absolutely.
And that's 100%.
Mm.
Our toughest moments, I noticed a lot of things.
Mm.
And the other thing I want to say is, which is really important,
Go on.
when you're with someone, please don't ever go and rubbish your partner when you're married with them to other people, because I think that is the most disgusting, vile, foul thing you can do to your partner.
Yeah.
It's not fair. If you don't like someone, just leave them.
Yep.
One thing and when you come out of when you go through a divorce and it's been, like I keep saying the word toxic, which it was very toxic.
Of course.
Right? On the outset, you start looking at things from a bird's eye view at exact moments, and you say, "How did I let that slip? How did I let that pass?" Right? And now the beauty is being alone. I start reflecting and start understanding myself and saying, "Well, that's not my core values. That's not who I am as a person. I would never tolerate that moving forward." And you start realizing those things about what your I guess what your, what's the term? Like your boundaries
The boundaries. You start
non-negotiable boundaries are.
That's right.
So I think it's really important that when you're with someone, if you aren't happy with something, you tell them and not the world.
Yeah.
And especially it makes it even worse when you're going and rubbishing them with like just lies or blatant stupid things. So yeah, I think just make sure, guys, if you're in a marriage, talk to each other. That's it. Husband and wife.
And that's all.
No one else. If you want to go elsewhere, go to siblings, go to parents, not outside the family.
Yeah. And you've raised a good point as well, because one of the biggest things that relationships do is that they're not confidential. They are
in this
not
day and age, no way.
confidential. They're not confidential at all. Like you can't expect everyone to be in. You can't expect the relationship to be angelic 100% of the time.
Martin, look at the world we live in. Look at Cinegram.
Yeah,
That's what I call it now. My friend Joey actually said that term to me yesterday. I was like, "What's Cinegram?" And he goes, "Instagram."
Yeah. Of course.
So that's literally the world we live in right now, right? It's people who post false, lively photos that they're traveling.
False reality.
False realities, right? They're living the best life. They're doing all this stuff, and deep down, 99% of these people are miserable.
Of course.
And then you get other people, for example, married men, married women, single people, right, who are looking at this stuff and saying, "Oh, why aren't I living that life?
Yep.
Why not that skinny? Why?" And I mean, half the photos are photoshopped.
They start to compare.
Yeah. Like this isn't life. We're living in such a false sense of reality right now. And the best thing you can do is, if you're married, don't have social media.
Yes.
100%, I'm telling you, because it is a game changer. But secondly, be happy with what you got.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah. And one of the biggest things, especially in our world today, is that social media has manipulated a lot of people to believe that being broke is the worst thing you can become. Where it's the rock bottom of the barrel, that type of stuff. But how are you defining broke? You know, everyone wants to be famous, rich, center of the attention, center of the world, but no one wants to learn how to be kind, respectful, faithful.
I was at Bible studies last night.
Yeah.
At
Talk to him.
St. George in Thornbury.
Okay.
And the priest was amazing. And we kind of were talking about things like this, right? And something was brought up which aligns to exactly what you're saying, which was lifestyle versus faith and the key differences, right? And one thing the priest mentioned yesterday was you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have faith, you're broke within. Does that make sense?
That's the one.
So to me, that kind of essentially really highlighted the importance of actually having strong faith and connection.
Yeah.
Because no matter how much money you got, if you're miserable on the inside, it means nothing.
Well, that's right. Because the same thing is you hear it all the time. You hear that rich people, they have all the money in the world or whatever, but then they're still miserable. They're still hateful. They still have, because their souls are empty. They don't have the faith. They're not doing things that God told them to do.
Yeah.
That's why. And that's why the priest is 100% correct.
Yeah.
You know, like people think that possessions and money and these things that think that they can take us. Sorry, excuse me. They think that they can take these things with them when the time comes, when it's not true.
100%.
God will only take you as you are.
100%. Mercedes,
Yep.
whatever it is, you know, the newest iPhone,
Mm-hmm.
clothing brand, like branded clothes,
Yep.
you know, all these things. If
Mhm.
you've got it and you can afford it, by all means, do it.
Yeah.
But if you're sabotaging your own life to get these things,
Yeah.
you're just ruining your own life.
And if anything, you're sabotaging yourself by doing what other people are doing.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where the depression comes in,
Absolutely.
and that's when the anxiety comes in. And
Martin, I've had all of this stuff,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And let me tell you, now I'm starting fresh in my life. Do I sit down and just go through my head constantly and say, I wish I had this again? No, I just say to myself, you know what? I've had it all. It was great. It did its job. It made me feel good in the time. But now I've got bigger goals and ambitions beyond all that stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, you do what you can in the moment
Of course.
and aim higher than you ever thought you were, like, was possible. And you'll get to bigger and better places. All these things are just roadblocks.
Yeah. So you were talking about you've got goals and ambitions. You want to aim higher. What are some things you want to achieve, or you're gonna achieve now that you're in a more positive mindset, more like a lot of weight is off your shoulders? What are some things that you plan to do next?
This is a really deep question.
Yes.
Because and I'm smiling automatically. See, this is probably the first time I'm properly smiling in this, because for the first time in my life, I'm actually able to do the things that I've always wanted to. And this came back to the whole being selfless thing. Obviously, I've still got my kids. You know, I see them 1 week on, 1 week off, whatever, right? But that 1 week off has allowed me to actually go back within and say, right, who do I want to be as a person? What do I want to do with my time? Where do I want to be in 5 years' time?
Yeah.
Right. So it's actually just let me recollaborate everything within and say, all right, Michael now knows he wants to own this in 5 years. Right. Michael now knows that, you know, having 100 friends isn't as important as having 5 solid friends that are always there for me. Right. That I can open everything in my life to about. Michael now knows that his kids are the reason that he's going to continue thriving and surviving in life. Michael now knows his worth, because for years my worth was shot down.
That's the
over and over again.
Yep.
So all of these things are now what I've been forced to think about and really kind of replay in my head and readjust to what reality is. Because when you go through something like this, you lose yourself.
Oh yeah.
You literally lose yourself. I had no identity. My identity was that I was married and I had kids. The married part left, so I had 50% of me left.
Yeah.
So then it became, well, how do I fill the cup of what's now empty? And I had to fill it within myself, because I was always filling it for someone else.
Yeah.
So for me now, life's just about where I want to be with my kids, the type of man I want them to see that I will become, how I'll deal with things moving forward, as in what I will never let cross me again.
Yeah.
And, you know, focusing on career and focusing on all the things that I missed out on, the traveling and all that stuff, because I just couldn't in the situation I was in.
Yeah. And I love that. And I love how you've now taken a step back and really just reflect on absolutely everything. Because look,
Game changer.
I know that I've been the friend, the brother that has basically stuck by your side. Even your family has said that as well. Like, I've basically.
You know, I just remembered. Remember New Year's Eve, many years back at my parents' house.
Yeah.
The first time.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Do you remember like how miserable?
Yeah.
And I think to myself, I'm like, why was I so miserable? Why did I?
Yeah. I think I had to yell at you as well, because it's like, bro,
Probably.
you got everything that I want. What do you mean?
And that's the thing. Like I've ticked all my boxes in life,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just sad. I'm not in it with the same person that I've created all these, you know, life memories with. But my God, that doesn't mean I'm not going to have, you know, even better memories moving forward.
Yeah.
Just means that was a chapter that's now closed and a new chapter's beginning. And I'm somewhere kind of in the middle right now,
Yeah.
trying to flip through the pages to find my position.
Yeah, that's right. You know, your life is the book, and all we have to do is just turn the page.
Yep, absolutely.
It's the one. Man, but
Let's explore more now your childhood.
m-
Now you're with psychology, Michael.
psychologist
Psychologist,
Michael,
yeah.
Doctor
Michael.
Doctor Michael.
But in the Arab way. Say it in the Arab way.
The what?
In the Arab way. Say it
Doctor Michael.
Dr. Michael.
Michael. Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Dr. Mikhail.
Mikhail, that's the one. But yeah, so first of all, before we change the subject, I want to say thank you for sharing all of that.
That's all right. No problem.
And also one last question before we change the subject. Was it difficult for you to share something like this?
About a month ago, I would have said yes.
Okay.
What's happened in the last 4 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and it's crazy. I can't even. It's just like honestly, I was going to bed praying every day, take the pain away, take the pain away. I was waking up sweating with nightmares. I was just haunted by what I was in,
Yeah.
the reality of what I was in. Because
Yeah.
when you're blindsided by something disgusting,
Yeah.
it hits you in a place that you never felt before.
Yeah.
Now, God, praise be to him, has literally taken me out of one of the darkest moment I've ever been in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that came from, honestly, prayers, going to church every Sunday. I'm now going to church during the week as well, every Wednesday.
Nice.
Sticking with very good friends,
Mm-hmm.
making new friends that actually are aligned to the exact type of person you are with the same morals and ethics,
Mm-hmm.
and family.
Yeah.
So all of those things, I've realized now that is what I need to surround myself with. That's what I need to be, and that's what I need to become. And in all of that, it's just like one day I woke up and I said, Michael, move the F on.
Yeah.
It was a learning. It was nothing else but a learning.
Yeah.
And you're
It was
going
hard
to
to
be
let
so
go.
much stronger from it. So much stronger.
Was it hard to let go?
I'm mourning someone
Mm-hmm.
who's like, as weird as this sounds, when you go through a divorce, you're mourning a version of someone and they are still alive.
Yeah.
When you mourn someone who's passed away, you bury them,
Mm-hmm.
and in time you never see them again.
Mm-hmm.
When you are going through a divorce, you are kind of forced to see that person.
Yeah.
You're forced to relive bits and pieces every time, like the emotions, like the anger and all that stuff when you see them. I've even started like praying for them, so which is really hard because at the start I was like, God, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And now it's like, after seeing priests and speaking to them of, you know, how do I get out of it?
Yeah.
Ask for their conversion back to Christ.
Yeah.
And now I can do that, and I feel nothing but sorrow for them, and I want them to be brought back closer to God.
Yes.
And that's it. Does that make sense? Like, that's it.
Yeah, I love it.
Like, I don't want nothing else.
Yeah.
I just want them for their own soul
Yeah.
to be brought back closer to God.
Yeah. You don't want to have that vengeful mindset.
And that's gone. Like
Yeah.
that, honestly, that has gone. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, in the last 4 weeks, it's like click of a finger. I woke up one day and I was like, khalas, move on.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
So you're confident to say that you're more positive now, more
100,
happier.
thank God, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. And it's true. Time heals everything.
It does. Yeah, I agree with that.
Time and work. You have to work, though. You have to work on it.
Yeah, on yourself.
Yeah, you have to work on it.
Starts with you. You want that change, it starts with you.
Some people can sit down and stay in bed all day and you know, cry about it. And, you know, I understand the pain.
Mm-hmm.
I understand it. But at some point, you have to tell yourself, it's time to move on.
Yeah.
For yourself and for your kids.
Yeah, of course.
And your family.
Especially for them too. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Michael, for sharing all that. And I'm glad that you chose my show to share that.
No problem.
And yeah, because we're going to do like clips and shorts and stuff like that. And I'll give them to you. You can post them wherever you want. I don't really care. All right. But did you want to take it to a different direction?
Yeah, that's
Right, so we're going to take it to a different direction, Michael.
Yep.
What do you think is What do you think is the biggest or best memory that you and I ever
Oh,
had?
you know what it's going to be straight away. Wait, there's a few here. Do you want to just roll them out?
Let's roll
I'll
them out.
say one,
Let's
you
roll
say
them out.
one. I'll say
Okay.
one, yeah, okay.
Okay, go on.
The
You
garage.
first. Bro. The
Bro.
near-death experience? Oh, Lord have mercy.
So we bought at the time, my partner and I bought our first house.
Mm-hmm.
And I was driving an XR6 Turbo that I just got from my dad, which
no.
was a very rare one. It was sick. Do you remember that
It
car?
was the Canary,
Canary
yellow,
yellow, yeah.
2004 XR6.
But it was like up-spec,
yeah.
complete luxury.
Mm-hmm.
A week before that, I was driving it near Apple West Shopping Centre and it kept stalling on me. So I took it to the mechanic. He drove it for a week and it's auto, so it shouldn't have been stalling. It was like stopping continuously, start. Took it to the mechanics. He goes, brother, there's nothing that's wrong with it. I'm like, what the hell? Picked up the car the day before.
Yeah.
You came to my house.
Yep.
I was so excited that we had just bought a house. I was like, Martin, do you want to come to our new house so you can see what it looks like?
Sure.
And we had another 3 people with us. So the whole car was full.
Yep.
I reverse parked. My garage was on a slope. I reverse parked midway.
It was an incline. It was an incline driveway.
Declined.
Decline or incline?
Decline.
No, that's one.
Going down.
Yeah.
My garage was a double brick garage with a massive steel beam on the top holding brickwork.
Yeah.
That was like a design that went up like 4 meters.
Mm-hmm.
We sat at the house.
Mm-hmm.
We kicked back for a bit. Had a laugh. I think we played Mortal Kombat or we watched a movie or
Yeah,
something.
we're playing games, yeah.
Then we're like, it's time for us to go.
Yep.
Got in the car, put the car in drive, put my foot on the accelerator, and the car stalled.
And then you just see this car rolling back.
But you have to explain how slow it was because it happened slowly. It wasn't quick.
Okay.
It was like, remember, it was rolling slowly, and I was like, what the hell? So by the time I registered, I'm like, I'll put the handbrake up.
Yeah.
I yanked the handbrake up, and because I yanked it,
Yeah.
the car jolted back into the garage.
Yeah.
And hit the middle pillar that's holding the beams.
Basically holding everything,
Yeah.
basically.
And all of a sudden, do you remember it was like quiet for like a second?
For like a second, and all of a sudden, bam. Yeah.
And then but it didn't stop. Remember, it was like, it's just all the bricks kept going.
All the bricks kept going, yeah.
But because I jolted, because I put the handbrake on and it jolted you guys forward,
Yep.
the beam fell right through the glass window in the back.
Yeah, the beam snapped.
Yeah.
And then it went through the back window. And
Right where your heads would have been.
Yeah, and missed me by like that much.
Yeah. Bees
Like-
dick. Yeah.
So I would have been like, would have hit me
Yeah.
back right at the back of the head.
Do you remember what happened after that?
That everyone was freaking out.
There was 3 SES cars. The neighbors called the police.
God.
So they thought I was drunk. Remember, they
Yeah, they
breathalyzed me.
breathalyzed you.
And I'm like, I'm not drunk. But the police officer at the time actually said to me, "You're very, very lucky." And I go, "Why?" He goes, "There was a similar situation a week ago in the West, where exactly the same situation, garage on incline, the car was manual and it stalled, hit the garage, and when the bricks fell down, it just ignited the car, like it ignited it, and the
Wow.
car was like a bomb into the house in front, right through their living room." And he goes,
Damn.
yeah, someone died." So he goes to me, "You guys are so lucky in this instance that did not happen."
Wow.
And then do you remember I
we went
into an
unscathed,
apartment?
huh?
Do you remember I went into an apartment for about a year and a half? The
The
insurance,
fact that it took them a year to do
the
is
insurance
crazy.
the insurance were refusing to paint our garage, which it was originally painted.
Yeah.
So instead of them just painting the garage, which would have cost them $2,000, they kept me in a self-contained apartment in Brunswick on Sydney Road.
Right on the edge of Sydney Road.
Remember, near Bridie O'Reilly's.
Oh, yeah.
And it was about a year and a half. What happened in the hotel, Martin? Oh, we can't really. Well, that sounds worse now.
Yeah, it just sounds like, well, okay.
Start from the start.
And I think, no, because this was about the cat.
The cat.
The cat, yeah. And you ran over someone's cat.
I ran over.
Was it your bro-
I ran. Hey, I shouldn't be. I ran over my brother's cat's tail because the stupid cat was sitting behind my car. But I looked before I drove, and then I put it in reverse, and I heard all I heard was like that, and
Yeah.
I just saw this thing bolting.
Yeah.
So then I got out of the car and I couldn't find it, and I literally, my brother's a psycho, so I had to go tell my mum. I was like, "Mum, listen, I don't know what happened, but the cat screeched. Please find the cat. I need to go." And I was so scared because
Yeah.
I knew that I hit something.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see anything.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
drove
yeah.
straight to the apartment. I was like, I'm not going to get from my brother.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I think I called you on the way, and I was freaking out. I go, "Martin, meet me at the
Yeah.
apartment."
Like right
I think
now,
my brother's
right
going
now.
to come and we'll get
I'm
me.
like, bro, you'll be fine. Let me come over. I'll be there. And you were so upset about the cat. You didn't know what you.
I felt bad because it was a cute cat.
Yeah, yeah.
And my brother
yeah.
had rang me up about 10 times asking where I was, wanting to get me.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so we're at the apartment. You know, I'm obviously comforting you, like while you're basically shitting yourself and worrying about your brother.
Literally.
And then, you know, we were full in that moment, and then all of
Actually,
a sudden,
like this. It was literally like this.
yeah,
We're
it was
just
kind of
talking,
like this. Yeah.
And then we both turned
And then we
around
both
to
turned
the
to
TV.
the TV, forgetting that was on, and then all of a sudden some sex scene was happening.
Yeah.
I was like, "Whoa, what the hell?" It just kind of threw us off, and then
Do you remember exactly what we saw?
I know exactly what we saw, mate.
That image is impaled in my
Yeah,
brain.
mate, it's impaled in your head.
Yeah, I want to say it so bad right now, but
No,
we
no.
aren't going to say it.
We never body shame anybody, but it was just random and out of the
Very
blue,
random. And that's what triggered me out of it. And then I just kept laughing the entire night.
there you go,
That was it.
and it made us feel better.
Yes, 100%.
But
What else is there?
I don't
now one
know.
from you.
I don't know. I've always loved the rye trips.
Yes,
that we
when you were
did.
off your head and you were trying to come into the hotel room. Remember into my
Man, I was so depressed, bro. I was
depressed.
so
You were
depressed.
drunk and laughing.
Yeah,
I
because
guess
was
that's why you
trying
were
to
drinking your
avoid
boy. Yeah,
that.
okay, understood.
Yeah, because this was around the time when I wasn't working full time. I was broke. I was very miserable. I was doing very well to kind of hide it, right? And when we get to
It sucks because you always speak to me about things.
yeah,
It's interesting that you wouldn't have spoken to me about that.
I mean, yes, but I think I'm used to being there for other people.
You gotta
I'm
fill your own cup.
selfish like that.
You have to fill your own cup.
Yeah. Well, at the time, I didn't know how to do that. So, but then I remember when I was just drinking, right? I was just talking. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I think I remember I was talking about
You were talking to someone in particular.
who? Who was I talking about? Would it be? Yeah. Well, we'll call her Jigglypuff. We'll call her that. So,
Ya Allah. Ya Allah, you have to.
but yeah. I mean, look, this type of person's not for me anyway. Thinks that she's above me, but that's what the point
Martin,
is.
she's a beautiful lady.
She's a
beautiful lady. No, Martin. She is a beautiful lady. She's a very good friend. And Martin's being a smear now.
Yeah, I am. Yes. If you're not Arab, you don't get it. It's one of those. If you know, you know. Anyway, so and yeah, I would just be drunk off my face. I would just be talking about, oh man, I've got girls as friends. Why don't they like me? What do I do? I was that kind of depressed drunk.
Martin was so
that
drunk.
bad.
Martin was so drunk that night.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
That you were off. Like, when I say you were off your head, I've never seen you that drunk.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm a bit tired now and I can't be bothered for Martin. So I acted like I was asleep in the bedroom and locked the door because you wanted to sleep in my room.
I will never forgive you for that.
And all I remember is it was like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I was in the room with Danny.
Yeah,
Danny and I shared that room.
Yeah.
By the way, wasn't this my bucks?
Yeah, would have been your bucks, yeah.
It was my bucks. So Danny and I were in the room. And all I remember, by the way, I had a shared bucks and hens night. That's what we did.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird thinking about it now, but it was fun. It was fun.
So fun.
All I remember is sitting in the room. We were just talking absolute crap. It was late. We were just like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, I just hear, boof, boof, boof. Michael, I'm tired. I want to sleep. And I was like, Danny, shut the hell up. Pretend we're asleep. Because I was like, this guy's going to come in and not shut up, or he's just going to conk out on the bed.
Yeah.
And the brother here needed a good sleep for my bucks.
Yeah, because I didn't want to sleep where certain people were because the snoring was out of control.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, loud snore.
We don't judge. World peace.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But if you snore that much, get yourself checked.
Yeah, please. Yeah. But yeah, but I reckon, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest on this show, man, that the relationship I have with you is one of the greatest.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
I think so.
Right. I think the relationship I have with you and the relationship we have brings a lot of joy in my life too.
Yeah, same.
Right. So
same, and you know that. And we've had some messed up. How many? Do you remember when I just need to say one more?
okay.
Remember when I was shifting from my first house that I sold?
Yes.
Do you remember the sheets that we were carrying from under the house? Who was it? Was it my Uncle Johnny or you?
It would have
You
been Uncle Johnny.
No,
Yeah.
someone stacked down the hill. Do you remember? And me and you.
No, it was your Uncle Johnny.
It was.
Dude. It was your Uncle Johnny.
you
Now
and
that I
me.
thought about it.
So the thing with Martin and I is the weirdest things. Like I can live my
Only when
day-to-day
we're there
life.
together.
I can live my day-to-day life. Nothing weird happens.
Yeah.
The minute I'm with this bloke,
Mm-hmm.
anything random, weird, odd happens. In
We'll give you a list, but that's another time. That's another episode
that's another
within
episode,
itself.
man.
That's another episode within itself. But even not to mention, not the biggest memory.
Tea towel.
No, not the
No,
tea towel.
no,
No,
don't
no,
say
no,
that
not
one.
the tea towel. No. Definitely not.
That's an after.
When
hours.
I accidentally stepped on your cat.
cat, I've got the footage somewhere.
Do you still have
I've
it?
got, if I can find it, I'm going to send you so you can put it.
Yeah.
into this,
Yeah. So,
Martin was out. Oh yeah, you tell the story. Yeah.
so okay, because this since I was the victim.
You weren't the victim.
I
You
was
stood
the
on my
victim.
cat's tail, mate.
Why
You
was the
abused my
cat?
cat.
Why was the
Why was the
cat
cat outside?
in the middle of the driveway, knowing that we are there having a conversation?
Why was an outdoor cat outside? That makes no sense whatsoever, Martin. You stood on my cat's tail.
Yes, I did step on a cat's tail by accident, and then next thing you know, all I hear is "rawr," and
it was
then
like,
I felt like a stabbing. Like, what the hell was that?
You know what I remember? I actually remember seeing the cat claw up your whole body and then it jumped off you like it went to attack you.
No, it clawed my leg.
Yeah.
It clawed my leg, and I was just like, ah! And then
Oh,
this cat just
just
ran
snorted.
away. Yeah, you did.
That's-
Well, that's staying in.
Yeah,
and
great.
and then you're like, oh, Coco. It was Coco and Chanel.
Yeah.
You had
I
two
didn't
cats.
name them, mate. Don't blame me.
But yeah.
And both of them passed away. One went missing and the other one got bitten by a snake. Just fun facts.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's random.
Yeah.
Oh, it was because of the paddock that was
Paddock.
behind your house.
We lived in front of a paddock.
Yeah.
No,
No, it was
Not a
behind.
paddock, a creek.
Yeah, it was like a creek looking
Creek,
thing. Yeah, in the Broady area.
The
yeah.
Mini Ponds Trail.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah. And then I am slouched down.
Yeah, a little
Gotta
bit.
fix my back. Yeah.
Uh-huh. But yeah, so we've got some memories, man. And cheers to many more.
Cheers.
And
To your glass that you don't have.
yeah, I
tried
don't have a
filling
glass
up
of wine.
for
I don't have. Yeah, that's all right. We'll have one later.
Do we have wine here? Are you going to entertain your guests?
We can.
Next time, have some wine.
Yeah. I can imagine someone that's watching this that's love the red wine. That's gone
Yeah,
crazy over red wine.
I love red wine.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to sponsor Martin with some red wine brands, just here he is. Yeah. Not that Martin needs any more wine in his life.
I think I do. But yeah. But I've got. That's it. That's it for me.
Our latest obsession as friends.
Yeah.
Latest obsession. What is that? I want to see if you.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat's always been.
Of
Number
course.
one obsession.
Yeah.
That was a joke that you even just said that. That should be standard. Uno.
Uno.
I feel like we
Yep.
are now, and we've got another friend here who's
Yes,
also
of
part
course.
of the crew.
Yep.
I feel like, guys, honestly, when you're in an absolute shitty moment of your life and you are down and you don't know what to do, grab a deck of Uno.
Yeah. Get
Honestly,
four.
not
Get
even
four
joking.
people. Play some Uno.
Best thing, most competitive thing. Some cheaters in the game. I'm looking at you, Martin.
I'm looking. Sorry. Sorry.
There are some good cheating hacks. I'll let you know if you inbox Martin.
Please.
Inbox me.
I will. Yeah, we need to have a conversation right after this. Yeah, we need to know.
I
I
always
know.
win. He gets jealous.
Oh Lord.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, the other day when we played, by the
Yeah.
way, I got up off my chair and I actually had a draw for you that I forgot about. So as I got up, everyone was like, what the hell? Yeah, my bad. Sometimes,
Lord.
you know, as long as you win, it doesn't matter how you got there.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. Fake it till you make it. Is that what they say?
Well, that's what most people do these days, Martin.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But we'll wrap it up here. I want to say thank you so much, Michael.
Absolutely pleasure.
And man, did you have fun?
I did have fun. It's good. It's good.
And I want everyone to please go like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and let us know what you think in the comments. And yeah,
For any-
please. Do you have any socials?
Yeah.
Yeah, people can follow you.
Yeah.
What
TikTok. You just posted in the thing. TikTok and Instagram.
You have to tell them where they can find you.
TikTok and Instagram.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Also, just to end this note,
Mm-hmm.
for any man, I know, like, even if this hits one person,
Yep.
I've done my job.
Mm-hmm.
For any man that needs any help and they're going through a really shitty time, reach out to me. I've gone through it. I can help. Reach out to Martin. Martin has so much life experience. He can help. Reach out to your family. Reach out to your very close friends. Be careful of who your friends are. Number one, just reach out to your very close friends.
Oh, yeah.
And pray to God. That's what I'm going to end it at.
My G.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Shukran.
Later, peeps.